Week 1. After planning and completing the ethnography about the use of technology in the Ellen Terry building, we learnt that technology isn't easily defined. We had to decipher as to whether we wanted to record digital technology or technology such as putting pen to paper. We also had to consider access, such as using our student ID cards. We were allowed access to the building, but not access to some of the rooms within it. We found this important to highlight as it is crucial to ethnography making. Overall, we found ethnography making fun. However, we struggled with the concept of consent as we weren't allowed to film people's faces. Due to this, it made filming a little bit harder as some things we wanted to film we were unable to.
Have you seen the areas behind the scenes videos?
Yeah.
So we don't need to kind of sit and talk about this?
Behind the
Yeah.
She said you have to look at the security of the building, like why are people in there, how have they got in there.
And
So that is how
with the cameras as well.
the camera.
Woke up cold one Tuesday. I'm looking tired and feeling quite sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day life. So I quickly opened the wardrobe, pulled out some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean, topped it off with a pair of old shoes that were ripped around the seams. And I thought these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. No short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, so I'm wearing my brand new shoes. Woke up late one Thursday, and I'm seeing stars as I'm rubbing my eyes, and I felt like there were 2 days missing as I focused on the time. Then I made my way to the kitchen, but I had to stop from the shock of what I found. A room full of all of my friends all dancing round and round. And I thought, hello new shoes, bye bye blues. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. No short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, so I'm wearing my brand new shoes.
Week 2, researching people. Our task for that week is researching people, and when we did it, it was in 2 parts. The first part is the learning theories and about interviews and focus group, and we learned how to make a good interview and how to make a good focus group as well. On the other part, each one of our group make an interview for 1 or 2 people, and we practice what we learn on that, and each one had an interesting views between their friends.
We chose to do interviews as it's more one-on-one and personal instead of a focus group, because we felt a focus group was more
it wasn't as intimate as an interview. Focus groups, as there are focus groups, there could be more than one person, up to about 4 or 5. So maybe people wouldn't have expressed their opinions as well as they could have during an interview, as it is one-on-one. Yeah. Anyway, so
they have to be from the uni or not? I mean,
well, I'm planning to do it at the uni, but who else? Who could you think of?
I think we need to keep them all one type of person.
I think first year.
So they all need to be like first year students.
I'm just going to put, shall I not say Spencer then? I think it'd be difficult to get.
Yeah. And so if we each, so if that's 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
What time on Monday? Let's get that first. I think 12.
12.
In this building. We need to try and find a room to do it all in. We need to discuss the type of room we want.
I think we could book one of these rooms, but I don't know from where we could do
We'll go
it.
to reception and ask.
I think one of each, someone will do that now.
Yes,
See, just ask if we can have one of the rooms on at 12 o'clock
yeah.
for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours, because then we don't,
No.
because the interview's in 2 hours and then we don't have to.
Yeah.
In light of.
First impressions.
Yeah.
I'll put something like
In light of like stuff that's in the TV, like.
that. I'll put first impressions, what certain characteristics do you look for?
We can put that down.
Is it there?
I just mean like if we were thinking about media, we can think about.
They give me an email
Uh-huh.
and we should email.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, do you have free time? I want to interview you about friendship.
Okay, I can have some minute for you.
Okay, it won't take a long time. At first, can you introduce yourself to me?
My name is Linh and I'm from Vietnam.
And you're a first year student?
Yes, this is my first year here.
Okay. At first, are you use social media to maintain friendship with your friend at home?
Yes, because now I'm living very far from them, so social media is the only tool I have to communicate with them.
Okay, what kind of social media you often use to contact with them?
I usually use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay. Do you think friends at university similar with friends at your homes or not?
Actually, I found a new friendship in the university is very diverse and very unique. It's not similar with friends I have.
In which we have researching the digital. Since early 1990, digital start emerging and play a hot part of people live around the world. It includes like television, social network, and camera. People are communicating almost through email and any social network. Nowadays we living in digital world, and digital has become the new form when it's come to using for everything in our daily life, such as work, study, communication, or entertainment. Our group and me making a vlog, being a student, and to let you know what advantage to being a media student or what process of media student. So nowadays digital is everywhere.
Thank you.
still a media student.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I divide 3 parts. The part 1
What was?
talk about why you choose to study media. So we will collect some idea about our group. So why you choose media, how you interest about media. So and we also talk about have many course for media student. Each student can choose a course which is suitable for is their own ability, like media production, media production, media communication, journalism, photography, something like that. So, and part 2, we will talk about what are the advantage of being a media student. So, for example, like facility, we have free laptop and we doing camera, so have many outdoor activity like field trip in London.
And the third part is, I think it's what the process or what the daily student life of being a media student. Like my name is Muhammad Al-Kabi. I am media and communication student.
Hi guys, my name is Lee. I'm come from Vietnam. Today I want to let you know why I choose media to study.
I started last September. Many people ask me why I chose media.
I chose media to study.
Week 4, the visual. Our photo essay enabled us to reflect on our own experiences at university. The idea that a picture is worth 1,000 words suggests that each image is very individual to each of us and evokes a certain feeling that the other person may not feel or understand. Evidently, this reveals something about us as individuals. I drew an image to demonstrate participation in university and how it allowed me to gain many friendships. This image makes me feel happy about how I've personally developed, both socially and emotionally. I enjoyed this task as its personal reflection made me feel positive, and it allowed me and my group to discuss our personal lives and get to know each other on a different scale. Our decision to do a photo essay was because of the individuality it gave us. It is one of the first tasks which allowed us to reflect on our own university life in a social and academic way. We also had a great access and choice from many photos instead of taking one, which made our photos very individual.
I don't know, show someone doing the working. Show some photos
So how do we do that? I was a confused by it.
How we knew about semester and
But what the photos we're using, are they meant to be about behind the scenes? So we could always use captured images from the videos we used, don't we?
So, using one of the methods, we have to explore the concept of participation, so participation in sport. Has anyone got the Morgan, you know the notes I sent you from the lecture? Can you open them up and read out what each one means to me?
like essay, you wrote to the photo and just write 200 or 300 words about it.
About just a picture?
Yeah, about it.
But I don't understand,
What
that's
kind
all
of
well and good,
picture?
like, have a picture, but how do we use that to explore the concept of participation?
Yeah, we need to choose a subject about
But it has to be part of the
gender,
page.
for example, like you said. No,
Gender.
we don't need to be on these photos. Or, I don't know, parties, about parties, student parties.
So we could do participation in parties.
Yeah.
We could.
As in parties.
As in party, drinking,
Party.
We could though.
Yeah, we can write how this photo in...
Shall I use this one of Georgia?
When Jason was at the table, I kept on seeing him look at me while he's with that other girl. Do you think he was just doing that to make me jealous? Because he was totally texting me all night last night, and I don't know if it's a booty call or not. So, like, what do you think? Did you think that girl was pretty? How did that girl even get in here? Do you see her? She's so short, and that dress is so tacky. Who wears cheetah? It's not even summer. Why does the DJ keep on playing Summertime Sadness? After you're done at the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one. But first, let me take a selfie.
Week 5, researching space. For the past few weeks we've been studying research. We came to the point of researching the space. It has a lot to common with actually geography, but we need to see it with political and economic context as well. It's very important to understand your own position while researching the space. Very often by researching space we're using maps, but very often we could using a term of network. Anyway, studying space is also about context, representation and lived experience, what is the most important part. Thank you.
Okay. For our task for week 5 research in space, we decided the space we wanted to disrupt was in the hub. We went into the hub and each of us laid on the floor and just we observed what reactions we got. Someone even said to us, "That looks fun, can I join in?" We decided it was a good space to disrupt as it's only university students in there, not people who are just there for the fun of it. We thought that would be better as it's less disrupting, as if we were to lie somewhere, which was more public for more people to go to, and that's why we did it. Hub is part of the £150 million redevelopment programme at the city centre campus. Through the day it provides an ideal environment to relax with friends or study informally, with facilities including a doctor's surgery, hairdressers, food court and student union. In the evening it becomes a vibrant venue with bars, 700 people capacity club, a cinema and a performing arts space. It's the greenest building on campus. And sets the standard for best practice in sustainable building design, construction and operation. There's a ground source cooling, natural ventilation, solar water heating, grey water harvesting with rainwater used in toilets. For researching the sensory, we sat and deliberated about what smell we could all personally relate to. We didn't think we could find anything specific, such as the smell of a specific perfume, that we could all have emotive feelings about. However, we decided to broaden it to the smell of home, because that's something that means a lot to each and every one of us. We could all relate to it. Although the smell of home is different for each and every one of us, it's something that we can all relate to. We decided to film individual videos on our laptops, which we then spoke about the smell of home and what it meant to us, and then put them together and compared.
About this talk,
Yeah, the sensory.
yeah, the smell. I think individually, we need to talk about the meaning of smell for you or for me, something like that.
But it says we need one smell, a smell, that is significant. So like if we talk about different ones, they need to be similar. Like if it says a perfume, that's a certain smell, maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
But then we need to do a visual or auditory representation.
Then we could just do, because it says a smell, so we could just do like the smell of home.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? And then everyone can be like, for me, the smell of home is this, this, this.
Yeah, and for me it's like
This is this, this. Because, do you know what I mean? Then that's not a
So is that
smell.
auditory?
I think we just,
Yeah, that's
as I
auditory
understand
sense.
here, it's just talk and record ourselves about it and talk about the smell.
Yeah, I
That's
think
it.
the smell of home is an easy one, isn't it?
yeah.
So I don't think
Yeah.
we're going to find a smell that we can all relate to and talk
Mhm.
about, unfortunately.
So for me, because I live far from home, so smell of home is very important for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smell is one of the most important thing to me, special smell of home. As you know, I study abroad and I am international student in England. It takes me 14 hours by plane from my hometown to this country. In this video, I show you one thing which make me feel like home. This is a peppermint oil, which I brought it from my country. In every night before I go to sleep, I always apply peppermint oil to my hand and rub my hand together. When I was child, my mom used to do this for me. Um, I smell it. It smell heavily, but I love the smell of this peppermint flavor. It makes me feel very comfortable, very warm, and feel like home. It also makes me feel like my mom always be with me in here.
I think of the smell of home, I think of my mum and my family, and I think of waking up on a Sunday morning because my mum's roasting and cooking and her perfume and things like that. I can also imagine, it reminds me of being in my dressing gown, this like smelling of home. It's like in my dressing gown, going downstairs, smell the cooking, like the dinner for later. And my mum's, yeah, like I said, my mum's perfume, I can smell her cleaning when she's been cleaning, like the smell of the iron when she's been ironing, the steam of the ironing. If I think of home, I tend to think of being cosy. The smell of home is really specific for me. I feel safe when I think about it, and I feel happy. Sometimes sad when I'm at uni, but most of the time, yeah, it makes me feel good.
Hello everyone. Today we're gonna talk about researching the sensory, and especially we'll talk about the smells, which remind everybody of home. From my own experience, I came from Middle East, and we have some special perfumes we use all the time. One of these it's called oud, and it's a wooden, just a wood, and it comes from, I think, Indonesia or Asia, somewhere in Asia, and we use it a lot, especially in my country. This one, when you burn it, it's gonna give very nice smell, and just remind me of my home, because you could see it's not very clean, but it's very nice smell. It's remind me with my mother, because she every Friday put the smoke to the whole house to make a better smell for it. And this one remind me always with my home. Thank you.
What I learned from this time is for sure skills that I never thought we were gonna need. Like when I came here, I thought we would only study media, and that's it. And this module gave us understanding of researching. But at the beginning I thought, what for is that? Now I know that is very important. Like when we will work in media business, we will for sure know that we will for sure use this knowledge for understanding the audience.
For me, in this module, it gave me many information of some key skill in media research, like research culture, people, digital, and how we use our sense. And I have really good chance to discuss and work with my teammate every single week. It helped me understand lecture and seminar easily.
When I started this module, I wasn't sure how it's going to be. I learned how to work with a group, and I learned much about how to make research and how to deal with the problem and how to fix some mistake being made. In this module, we had, I think, for myself, I had many challenges. I learned how to do a bit with photo editing, taking some videos, how to work more with the group, and that's it.
In this module, I learnt the importance of research and the variety it comes in, which I feel will be good for future referencing and like looking at different modules. It'll be really useful. I learnt skills of editing, which I had not known before, and the organisation of a small group, which can be difficult at times. So we worked around problems, and yeah, so the module taught me the influence of research and its importance.
In this module, I learned that, again, the importance of using research and theories to back up what you're saying. So it's all well and good to meet as a group and have your own ideas, but it's just as important to have other theorists' ideas to back up what you're saying. I've learned, again, that it's difficult to work in a group when you're not all available at the same times. However, although this was an issue at the beginning, we worked together to sort that out, and now I believe we work well as a team. Other things I've learned is how to use the equipment and hire out the equipment, which I think is nice. As in previous modules, media production students have gone ahead and done that, but this module's given us the chance to do that, which I found really good.
Alright, have you got it? Babe! Hold it. No. But first, let me take a selfie.